This is not normally something that I would post on YouTube, but it doesn't really matter anymore. Nothing does. So I'm going to ring NHS 111, explain how I'm feeling. But then the thing is, then they'll say, oh, you've got to come to A&E, but I'm not safe in A&E, am I? Because, as you'll see on my Facebook wall, the thugs who did that to me on our world famous suicide spot. It was PC McCarthy, and then in A&E, on my birthday last year, on the 16th of March, which is my birthday in 4 days' time, on my birthday last year, they stole my home of 4 months and then went into my flat, took my possessions, my gold ring, my heirloom, 21st birthday present from my late mother was in... This is a gold ring that's over 100 years old. That was in the flat. They went in, took all my stuff from SDR Living. I've got the camera footage of the managing director going into the flats. Well, changing the locks. I might just post that. The managing director of SDR Living, where the Scottish porter Jim was finally sacked after 25 years, a quarter of a century of working for them, turning up drunk to bully and abuse vulnerable people like me. This is why people don't like being recorded. And they said, oh, I'm recording. I didn't record Jim the night porter, but yes, you'll see on my Facebook wall what PC McCarthy and PC Ford and that lot did to me. Oh, well, no. PC McCarthy, PC Ford and PC Lines, the female, all three of them in A&E on my birthday on the 16th of March last year, all night long, handcuffed me. This is in Eastbourne District Hospital A&E. All night long, my hands were so swollen, they were assaulting me, stopping me from going to the toilet, stopping me from drinking water. Oh yes, this is our public servants that are paid to serve and correct. And it's up to life in prison for their malfeasance of office. I'd be safer with a rapist. Oh, sorry, PC Wayne Cousins raped and murdered Sarah Everard in London. Yeah. Yes, that's what the police are doing. They're raping and murdering you in the UK. Yeah, if they're not doing that, they're doing something else that's illegal. But, you know, we're coming into a time now where the truth, yeah, it's cold coming out. But I'm going to ring NHS 111 and I'm going to explain to them what's just happened and how the landlady assaulted me and tells the paramedics that I'm dangerous.
Please press 9 to continue.
And yes, as you will see from my YouTube channel, I reported her assault of me to the police.
Please press 9 or say yes to continue.
What was that? Hang on a minute.
First, we need to find out your location. Please say the name of the nearest large town or city to where you are now.
Eastbourne.
So that's Eastbourne. Answering only yes or no.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. I don't know why I'm ringing them.
The nearest town is Eastbourne. Say yes.
Yes.
Press 1.
Why am I ringing them? Because I don't know what else to do. I'm desperate. These murdering... I'm ringing these murdering psychopaths, the NHS. My mother was dying of cancer in the same A&E where the police beat me and gave me an X-ray on my birthday. Yeah, happy birthday, Bryony, last year. That was my 41st birthday. They called my partner Darren. PC McCarthy called my partner Darren a C-word to my face. And yet he arrested my partner in April of this year when Law Stop, yes, now I'm naming and shaming Jemima. So get it right. You lot just used and abused him and his flat, which his letting agent weren't too happy about. Yeah. Yeah, this is what survival is.
There may be a short pause while we connect you to your local NHS 111 provider.
If they're not murdering you with the jibby jabby, they're beating and assaulting you in A&E. Because Dr. Raffi, the psychiatrist, psychopath and social worker, thought that this was all acceptable, what PC McCarthy, PC Ford and PC Lyons did to me. And I record their lies. And what they did to John Alexander Patterson for exposing fraud, theft, money laundering and NHS baby organ harvesting. Yeah, because I met him in Eastbourne Psychiatric Unit, beating and assaulting, pushing people to suicide, taking the jibby jabby, cancer treatment, which kills people. Yeah, don't even go there. And giving my sister a sex change. I'm praying Abba Yahuwah. I pray to Abba Yahuwah her body is protected because of the dangers of these sex changes. Yeah, you're all being exposed.
Health advisor.
Hallelujah. Just do your jobs. Show a little bit of compassion, if you can. I'm just going to put this on hold.
We are currently experiencing a high number of calls. We will answer your call as soon as possible. Miss Carol, and I'm the health advisor. Could you just confirm your telephone number, please?
Thank you very much. Yes, it's 0. Please.
Okay, are you calling for yourself or for somebody else?
From myself, thank you.
For yourself. Okay, what is your first name, please?
My first name is Bryony.
Bryoney?
I-O.
Okay, are you on hands-free? Because that was really muffled.
Oh, sorry, it's a terrible line. Sorry.
Okay, so how do I spell Bryony?
Bryony.
N-Y. Okay, Bryony. And what's your surname, please?
It's McCarthy.
Okay, could you spell that for me just to make sure I get it right?
It's M-c-C-A-R-T-H-Y.
McCarthy. Okay. And can I take the postcode where you are at the moment, please?
Yes, I'll just find that, sorry. Oh no, that's the address I'm living at.
Okie dokie. Can I take your date of birth, please, Bryony?
Yes, I have a care of address that's separate. Yeah.
I have a different address coming up for you.
Yeah, Jevington Gardens. That is the SDR living flat that I had for 4 months. That the police.
That's still what's shown with
Yeah,
you, so you may
yeah.
need to go in your address.
Yeah, well, that's the supported accommodation that I had beaten from me by the police after just 4 months in there. Supported accommodation. That is the address you have, Jevington Gardens, 39 Jevington Gardens. That is the same flat that my GP didn't care that I wandered the streets in my nightwear, and I spent 4 hours with a Dr. Jones who did nothing, and he sent me... Dr. Stewart sent me a text saying I spent 4 hours with a doctor who did nothing. That is the level of care from a doctor, And I posted online photographs of what the police did to me on Beachy Head as a response to my father's death. They beat me on Beachy Head. That's what they like doing.
Can I ask, Bridie, though, what is your main symptom of concern tonight?
Yeah, sorry. Right, I'll tell you exactly what my main concern is. I am worried about my physical health, let alone my mental health. Yesterday, the landlady of this property, now today I have received, finally she's doing something actually legally right. She's taking my advice and doing an official Form 3, Section 8. This is a very manipulative, calculating, nasty piece of work. Yesterday she assaulted me. She's committed 2 crimes against me, plus a breach of my rights under the Equality Act.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there because unfortunately some of the things you're telling me about here are nothing I can help with.
No, I know you.
I'm here to help you with your mental health and
No,
your physical health.
well,
I need to know what
no, I know.
the main problem.
That is what is causing me the main problem. The fact that I've just told you that I was assaulted by the landlady, which I reported to the police. She's committed 2 crimes against me and breached my rights. And this is very serious that you get this as well. She contacted paramedics twice with this tenant that has been causing me problems, this nasty tenant, to say that they don't feel safe with me. I don't feel safe here. So,
Okay.
yes.
So are you calling because your mental health is suffering at the moment?
I'm worried about my mental and my physical health as a result of this bullying and harassment and crimes committed against me, which I have recorded all of this and reported it.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not belittling anything you say, but we are a symptoms-based service.
No, I know.
We have to go by your symptoms.
No, I know.
You tell us. So if you're saying that it is your mental health that is bullying and harassment, I can help you there. Is that okay?
No, I know. I'm just saying that the effect it's having on me and my health, and I am very frightened because she called paramedics not out of concern for me, but to save face and to say that making up stories saying I have episodes and that I'm dangerous, when in actual fact she assaulted me yesterday. She flew over from Malta. I've never met the woman before. And I've reported it to the council as well. And paramedics are putting things on their record that aren't, obviously, there's something, there's a lot of Fruit Loop behaviour going on, and my body cannot physically and mentally take any more of this.
Okay, so which is the symptom of main concern? I'm looking for one symptom. So would you say it's your mental health at the moment?
Actually, to be honest with you, because I've been so, as they all say, resilient, even a social worker said that, it's actually, I'm more worried about my physical health, because as a social worker, landlord said to me when my mother was dying of cancer, back in 2009 when I was in supported accommodation, you might want to check you haven't inherited cancer. And at this rate, I tell you what, yesterday I thought I was going to physically collapse. I thought I was going to throw up.
Okay,
so I am worried. I'm just in general, because anything could happen.
Okay, but as I explained, Brian, to do an assessment on you, I need to have a symptom. So if you can tell me what your symptom of main concern is, I can try to get you some help. You do need to give me a concern.
All right. Well, feeling extremely lethargic. I'm not sleeping at night at all. I'm already suffering from insomnia anyway. This is someone who's exploited my vulnerability. I still haven't found out how my father died 2 years ago from Barwell's. That's affecting me.
Okay, so you're saying that you're not sleeping and you're lethargic, yes?
Yes.
Okie dokie, let's see if I can get you some help. Bear with me just one moment. So, have you lost any blood?
Oh, these questions again. No, I haven't.
Okie dokie, so bear with me just a moment.
It's all, I know the script. I've heard it endlessly. It gets boring. It's beyond boring. But I appreciate that you have to ask these questions.
Okie dokie, so bear with me just a second. So if you touch the skin on your chest, does it feel like a normal temperature?
Yes, it's very. I know it's this robotic thing of doing the same thing every time, until I eventually do collapse. Yes.
Okay, we can only go on your symptoms.
No, I know. No, I know.
I'm trying to be difficult. Okay?
No, I know only too well.
Okay, bear with me just one moment.
It's like when they the number of times in the psychiatric unit they took my blood pressure when they were actually testing it, and I'm a victim of corruption and tyranny. They kept on taking my blood pressure and everything, and well, you see where I'm going with this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, have you got a diagnosed mental health problem? It's getting worse?
Yeah.
With depression, anxiety?
Yeah. And I've been assaulted yesterday and had crimes committed against me, and this woman who pretended to say to me and my partner a couple of weeks ago, "Oh, thank goodness this is the same woman who assaulted me yesterday, the landlady. We saved Bryony. She is a very hateful person," and she goes on to commit another crime by assaulting me. She tried to illegally evict me after she called paramedics 2 weeks ago. She tried to illegally evict me last Monday. No, that's fine, but I'm just telling you, she's telling paramedics. Yeah.
So is there an immediate risk of you on somebody from you?
There's a threat towards me. I was assaulted yesterday. I reported the crime to the police. You always ask this question, is there a threat of violence to other people? I have been assaulted yesterday, and I am close to collapsing. The police know about it, and my body cannot physically or mentally take any more narcissistic abuse. She called paramedics. Well, there are a lot of lies. There are a lot of lies on record, because she called paramedics prior.
I don't see any previous history.
Well, she called paramedics prior to attempting to illegally evict me and ignoring my legal notice on the door by an ex-police officer turned locksmith. Shelter helped me to I printed the notice and put it on my door. It's a criminal offence of up to 2 years in prison and plus damages.
Bryony, I do understand you are having problems at the moment, but these problems I cannot actually help you with.
Doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know that she has called paramedics pretending to be concerned when she is the one who is orchestrating this and committing crimes.
We will have all the records with the ambulance service then.
Well, the paramedics were more concerned about the tenant, who collectively with the landlady called the paramedics when they were the ones contributing to my illness. And
Bryony, I need to ask you questions so I can try and get you help.
I
understand. You've told me about the paramedics several times, and I do understand. You've also told me about your landlady assaulting you. You've also told me about the police. I do understand. but I can't get you any help unless you answer my questions.
I am answering your question. No, I am answering your questions. I am answering your questions.
You keep going off track.
No, how am I going off? How am I going off? Hang on a minute. How am I going off track by saying that the landlady who assaulted me, who is making me physically ill, which is why I'm phoning you, called paramedics? How is that going off track?
Because I need you to answer the questions I am asking you.
But that's not going off track, though, is it?
You're not answering the questions.
But how is that going off track? By calling NHS, by calling the paramedics. I'm telling you, this landlady called paramedics to say that she was... You're not making any sense. She called paramedics twice because she is making me feel suicidal and then saying they don't feel safe with me. Then they're putting it on... You've just interrupted me. I am talking to you.
And I am trying to do an assessment on you, but you keep telling me about other things, so I'm not able to do my assessment.
But I'm telling you something that's relevant. I'm telling you...
Okay, so if you let me ask a few questions and you answer them, we can move on. That's all it is. I mean,
could you say something?
Okay. You're thinking about ending your life?
Yeah, I've just explained to you. I've just told you.
No, you haven't told me whether you are thinking about ending your life.
But I have just told you. I've said that she's exacerbating this. She's calling paramedics, and I am feeling suicidal.
If you are thinking about ending your life.
I'm telling you this. Yes, as a result of this. Yes.
So you are thinking about ending your life. Thank you.
As a result of this.
Have you planned how you would end your
Oh,
life?
for crying out loud. Here we go again. It's the same questions. Yes, it's always in my mind. It's been exacerbated. I've been exploited.
So have you made a plan?
There's always a plan. You're just reading off a script. Yes.
I am, because I have to ask these questions.
Yes, I know. It's robotic. It's robotic, I know. I'm answering your questions. Yes, there is always a plan. There's always a plan. And I'm close to physically collapsing.
Are you going to do that now?
Not right now, no.
Okay. So based on what you've told me, you do need to be referred to a mental health crisis service within 4 hours. I mean, are you able to get anywhere?
No, I'm not. No, because I am my physical health is affected by this.
Okay. What I can do is see if we can get one of our mental health people here to call back.
This is why I don't bother.
On your number ending in 5806, would that be okay?
This is why I don't bother. I'm having to record all of this because you know what's because what is put good because what as I said to you. And you're saying it's irrelevant when it's completely relevant that what this landlady is telling the paramedics, saying I have episodes and that I might be a danger to another tenant. That's not ringing the paramedics out of concern for me. That is saving face when she has committed crimes against me, breached my rights and exploited me as a vulnerable tenant. And I... Yes, and I am worried about my physical health as well as my mental health. I cannot take any more.
Which is why I just did the assessment with you. And unfortunately, what you come up with was to go to a mental health service, but you were unable to do that, yeah?
But why would I go to A&E when a mental health advocate in Brighton A&E told my legal representative's supervisor that I...
We did not ask you to go to A&E.
I'm talking about back in December before...
I didn't ask that for you now, though.
Can I just say that a mental health advocate tried to tell my legal rep supervisor that I should not be made homeless. She ignored it. That's the whole reason why I'm in this property, by the way. Because I had my emergency accommodation illegally taken from me, and this is why I've contacted the ombudsman.
Okay, well, we're just going round in circles here.
Yes, I know. I hear that phrase all the time. I'd be a rich woman. I'd be a rich woman. Oh, you've used it a second time. Yes. Yes, we are going round in circles. Round and round and round. Round in circles. Endless circles. Right, she's just hung up on me, so let's see if she rings me back. There you go. That's someone from NHS 111. Why do you bother? Why do I bother? See? Do you see what I mean? Do you see why people don't bother? Why they get angry? It's talking to a robot. She used the same phrase that Monique at the council used in my 3-hour conversation. And of course, she said she wasn't using it. She was only saying it because she's fed up. Which is good. But twice the call handler said we're going round in circles, but she was doing it to wind me up. And she was saying that it's irrelevant that the landlady called the paramedics concerned that I was suicidal, but that's the very reason why I'm phoning NHS 111 right now. Do you see? Do you see the insanity? Yeah. So this is why people don't bother and they just go and kill themselves, Victoria. Yeah. You did it all to save face. Oh, Darren, thank goodness. Thank goodness we got to Bryony. Thank goodness she hasn't killed herself. Oh. She's a very hateful person, isn't she? What's so hateful that you then commit a crime against me by attempting to illegally evict me, and then yesterday you assault me? You mean that kind of hateful? You try and illegally evict a vulnerable, bereaved woman, Victoria. I do feel sorry for your son. So, yeah, they ask irrelevant questions. Put your hands on your chest. Do. Yeah, pat your... It's like telling you to do this. Can you do this? Can you do this? Yay! Yeah. Can you rub your tummy and pat your head at the same time? Can you put your fingers on your chest? Have you lost any blood? It's all scripted. It's all scripted BS. Even when when I stabbed myself through the arm through a 6-inch knife, I put a knife right through my arm. One of the idiot police officers, whom had at one time mocked me, the next time I showed him what I did, he looked as white as a sheet and he said, you could have that could have gone through an artery or something. I don't know. I'm not a medical person. He looked like, oh my gosh, she really could have done herself harm. This was a police officer who was mocking me prior to that. So, yeah, it's irrelevant. NHS 111, this call handler is telling me that it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that the landlady who assaulted me, who's making me physically ill, who's committed crimes against me, it's irrelevant that she's called paramedics to say I'm not safe, that I have episodes. Really? That's irrelevant? And yet I'm feeling suicidal because of what she's done to me. I'm worried about you see, it's very Masonic, very satanic, because the Freemasons, they do this role reversal. Everything it's evil. It's reversal. It's a reversal. This is what the Freemasons do. Why do you think NHS is blue? Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this on hold and I'm going to try and hold it together and see what they come back with. I am very pale. I'm suffering with insomnia. I'm slightly anemic. I feel like I'm going to physically collapse from exhaustion. Yeah. It's all run by narcissists. however you look at it. But even the paramedics that the landlady Victoria initially called out, one of the girls said, because I've been asking for help longer than most of them have been alive. I've been asking for help for over 25 years. And these youngsters, they look like they've just come out of school. They might be very intelligent, you know, when it comes to saving people's lives. I've got major admiration for that. But the social engineering of how they're just so brainwashed and they use the same phrases and they just sound like robots and we're going around in circles. One of them did that. And there are other phrases that I've heard that just are so boring. Boring. But they do love that phrase, as I said to Monique. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put this on pause.